Well, good morning. Happy almost Thanksgiving. We are here at Urban Playground, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania for another Tier 1 competition with the World Ninja League. This is our third competition of the season. We are excited to keep rolling with these competitions. We're starting today, again, November 22nd. We're less than a week from Thanksgiving, so hoping to feast on some nice wall-to-wall ninja viewing action. So we got you covered here with all the breakdown of the obstacles, breakdown of what you're going to see today. So first things first, my name is John Pine. I'm the Dad Jokes Ninja, not whatever is down here. I have no control. Send your complaints to Mr. Zach Gordon, or tell him that you like it, whatever you got to do. But I'll be your host, I'll be your MC for the day. We're going to kick things off here with our kids division, ages 6 to 8 first. We got a 12 obstacle course that they're going through today for a flow competition. So the World Ninja League flow format is a furthest the fastest. You continue to rack up those points while the timer will continue progressing. So you'll get as many points as you can in that time limit. Once you do fail, your points will stop accumulating at that point. You'll have the ability to continue on in the course, finish it out, get that workout in. But again, we'll be scoring based on furthest the fastest in terms of point completion for today. So we have a small wave here with our kids division, ages 6 to 8. Again, they're going to be kicking off this whole course. So we're going to see this 12 obstacle course scale up in difficulty as the weekend progresses. This will be the base level of difficulty, but it's a good challenge for these kids. So with this competition, wanted to really get a speed type format. With one of our previous competitions, we had a burnout type feel, so now we're going into a speed type format. The obstacles are not overly simplified, but this will, we're going to see some fast times, I think, as this weekend progresses, just with the ability to sort of link, be efficient through these obstacles. It'll be really exciting to continue seeing. So speaking about the 12 obstacles, it's a good sort of equilibrium state that we have for all the different obstacles that we have, the types of obstacles, I should say. So I think about a third of them are balanced, another third of them are some version of climbing and moving with the obstacles, and the other third are what we call generating swing. So really having to kind of, swing in the air, move your feet, landing platform. A good, like I said, a good exercise in having a pretty diverse type course, but still well balanced overall. So again, we'll see these athletes continue on through that course. A little about our event, if you haven't seen any of our live streams, we do have a pretty nice setup from the entire course, which we'll kind of see as we have athletes progress through this course. We got static cameras set up throughout the course that will flip between as the athlete is moving between different obstacles. Really all in the name of trying to show a really cool, interesting view dynamic of the sport. We want to focus on that production value, quality, as the sport continues to grow. A lot of really cool, exciting developments in the near future when we think about how the sport is growing overall. So doing our best to kind of give you a little bit of preview of that. So like I said, we'll talk about that here in a few. But where we're at right now, athletes are doing their walkthrough. So you saw a few of them pass in the background. They're continuing to work through the rest of this course as they sort of plan out their movements, look at the obstacles, not allowed to touch or engage those obstacles, but they're allowed to really kind of think through their plan of attack on this course. And really, that's going to be critical for this course because of it being a speed course format. You don't have the time to really think about your next movement. You really have to map that course out in your head and execute along the way. So That's what athletes are doing. We're going to give them a couple more minutes to walk through, and then we'll get started with our first runner shortly. So I'm going to pause there. I'm going to slide around, get in position, see if we can get you a little view of the different graphics and screenshots of the course. So hang tight. You'll hear me on the mic. Feel free to comment, drop in any cheers for your athletes, and we're going to have a good time this weekend. So stay tuned. So again, a couple cool features, as I mentioned, the different graphics that we got going on. Bottom left corner, you have the name of the athlete, their division, hometown, country of origin. Let me get a check with our producer. All American flags today? I believe that's the case. All right, I think we have all American athletes. We got Gettysburg represented here with Avery, our first competitor, who will be making his way up to the starting line pretty soon. Talking a little more about the graphics, top right corner, you're going to have that countdown timer going off. As soon as the athlete is teed up and ready to go, you're going to see that starting to count down. We also will see the progression of their completion through each of the obstacles along the bottom side. So I'll call that out as that pops up, but essentially you'll see 12 individual rectangle blocks, and it will be green and red based on completion or failure of that obstacle. So let's talk about the course right now. So these athletes, like I said, doing their walkthrough, they're looking at the starting platform. So the starting platform right by the warp wall is where they're going to start. Taking a look at the rest of these angles we got going on. We're going to see the parkour structure that's going to be in play for one of the obstacles. You got a view of this obstacle number 5, Sally's favorite, which is a rope traverse from one platform to the next. And they come around this turn, saying hi to the camera. They will engage a couple different balance obstacles as they get to this ending platform, sliding on to the middle lane here for a ring traverse as they head to the back side. Then you get a nice shot of them dismounting from those devil steps over to where they'll be swinging up to these fidget spinners. So fidget spinner, haven't seen in a competition in a while. Good to get those back out here and see the athletes continue to work those. So they'll be pushing those fidget spinners all the way to the back side of this, this ninja rig. There'll be some spinning discs rather, that they'll have to be working across to get to their ending platform. Finally finishing across a couple ring hop moves all the way to balance that we're seeing right now. And then finishing with that warp wall. So it's a nice traditional finish. You can see that buzzer creeping at the top of that small warp wall. I got an 8-foot warp wall that they'll be attempting to get to that buzzer. That's your traditional A&W format, right? Like getting up to the top of the warp wall, hitting that buzzer. So cool to bring that warp wall back into play. As athletes, we'll be working to engage that. So here's a look at your run order. We got Avery, Harper, Noah, and Lucy kicking things off for this first division. It sounds like we're getting the word that our first athlete is going to be queued up and ready to go. So hang tight with me. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Excited to kick things off.
Our website, the top banner, if you're looking for a quick way to access them.
especially. So, yeah. Yep.
All right, we got our first athlete, Avery Johnson, heading to the starting platform, getting his shoes brushed off, making sure everything is fit, ready to go. As I mentioned, about a third of the obstacles on this course are balanced, so Coach Ferris making sure that everything is on the up and up with the shoes, taking the time to go through the meticulous details there. I like it.
Just do whatever, and then I'll.
Avery's rocking the red and blue Olos. Olo came up with a youth brand of those kids' shoes. See a few of those athletes out in this weekend wearing those neat red and blue Olo shoes. It's coming. All right, Avery getting the round of applause as the first athlete taking on this course. We're gonna see him get going. All right, that'll give us that countdown. Avery has 3:15 to work through this course, gets around the turn for that first obstacle complete. All right, slider now. Athletes really have to kind of get that moving so that it doesn't get hung up. No problem for Avery though. Going across the slack line. Oh, took a foot down. Unfortunately, that will end his points. But he'll continue on. Avery coming out of Ninja Logic, like I said, out of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. He moved up to Tier 2 this year. We saw him at our December competition, a December Tier 2 competition. Avery making a nice hop across that parkour structure, getting to that ending platform. Coming over to the rope traverse now. Obstacle named Sally's Favorite. Sally, the official mascot of Urban Playground. Avery taking a head-first approach coming down. We're going to see how athletes take that on throughout the weekend, whether they go feet or head first. Coming over to the balance now. Taking a look at obstacle named Balance Time here. Working the balance. This division, they have the spinners in play. Gets across it. He's got 1:50 left to work as he heads to this middle lane.
Let's go, Avery. Come on. Let's go. Pull back and go. Skip this one. Skip it.
Coach telling him to skip that ring if he can. Coming over to the double steps. Good pull in to get him, got himself down.
Down. Yep. Control your swing.
And gets across. Now we're getting a first look here at our fidget spinners in play, just like the kids' Tinker toy.
Come on, you're there. Reach it, reach it, reach it, reach it.
Quite popular a couple years ago. Kids still play with them, but right now Avery dominating that obstacle.
You're so good.
Looking strong here.
You want to go to the depth? You see it?
All right, coming across. Ooh, good. Hold. Across that spinning disc. Ooh, good slide across. Coming down. Here we go now to obstacle number 10, the Sky Scoot. Gonna have to move these rings across these sky hook mounts. Pulls that across. He's gonna have to see this one come out. Ooh, tried to get that one there, came down. Big reach there to try to get to that gray floating sky hook. Here we go on the next balance. You have to land into this balance obstacle. Actually, he jumps, skips that ring. He's got a few seconds left. He can run up that wall, trying to get there. Hits that buzzer at the time limit. Nice finish for Avery. All right, next up we got Harper Cannon coming out of Urban Playground, getting the countdown. 3:15 on the clock as she winds around that turn. First point, no problem. It's got to work the swing. She can actually guide her feet to get to that second point. No issue there. Harper, the neon ninja, going across a couple neon colored slack lines here. She's got one big slack line in front of her. She's gonna guide herself out, can't go too far to lose the balance. She gets there. It's the furthest we've seen an athlete thus far get. Obstacle number 4, it's a parkour structure. She can go guide herself around any way she wants. Looking for this blue block at the end. Good jump there, getting to the blue block. Not a problem. 2:22 left on the clock. Over to obstacle number 5. Harper attends Harrisburg Academy as a second grader there. She would live at the gym if she was allowed to. Can attest to that. She spends a lot of time with different birthday parties here. Pretty much our unofficial birthday attendee. You got a party at Urban Playground? Harper can be your girl. Hold tight. Oh, just came off that balance. Close call. Looked like she held it and just slipped off. She'll continue on in this course though. Good kick back there. She's going to build up a giant swing here. Adjust the glasses as she goes. Just making it look too easy here. Good reach. She's going to guide herself in here to this block. Gets across. All right, here we go to the fidget spinners. There we go. Static grabs that. It's going to have to be a bit of a grab. There, she's got it. This one requires a little more swing. Not a problem for Harper. Same thing. Can get it with the static grabs. Got to reach. She's got it by her fingertips, but she's going to pull herself in to that bar, completing that obstacle. Harper's got 30 seconds left on the clock. Continue working through this course. These are spin cycles here. Again, these discs will spin around. You got to make that move right away. Harper taking a breath, eyeing up this jump. Gets there. Gonna have to pull that off. Here we go. Good reach there. Just do the wall.
Yeah, that's what she
Got a few seconds. She sprints across there. One-handed grab to get up. Great finish from Harper. All right, next up we got Noah Salcedo coming out of Boundless Ninja Warrior, being coached. Got Coach Ferris wiping off his shoes again. All the meticulous details, making sure Noah is ready to go. Here we go. We got No Fear Noah taking on this course. Also going to pull himself in on that second obstacle, secure that point. Noah's been doing Ninja 18 months now as he goes across this balance line. No problem. Enjoys soccer, gaming with his friends. We did see Noah at our September comp where he punched his qualification ticket and podiumed. Looking very strong so far. 2:30 left on the clock.
You're there. Oh, you're there. Go. Take your time. Chill.
Last year was his first WNL Worlds and Regionals. Made to stage 2 for kids.
Own it. With confidence. Attaboy. Calm here. Calm.
Oh, just came off.
Keep going. Over here. You're cruising. You're doing awesome, by the way. Let's go.
Got 2 minutes left on the clock to continue working through this course. I think you're going to see Noah skip this ring here. Yes, he does.
And go.
Got a little turnaround because grab the back ring.
Don't worry about the mess. You don't have to worry about the mess. You just have to send it, kill.
He's going to build up his swing and go for it here.
Don't worry about those rings.
There he goes.
Into the back, control, and go. There you go. Big hit. Use it as a runway. Use it as a runway if you need. Reach.
All right, Noah going for the reach here. See how efficient you can be. This little hold gets a little tricky if you don't get the placement. So reels it in on that second attempt.
You gotta reach, kiddo. You gotta reach right away, buddy. No, reach.
All right, here we go. On to these spinners, which have been a bit of a problem thus far. Good composure, just comes off.
No, don't give up.
All right, here we go. Minute left. On to these rings. He's got this. We're gonna see this ring traverse. Oh, finds the backside of that one.
And then here. Don't give up.
Nice, secures.
No, it's coming. Pull hard and on the throw. Yeah, you're there.
All right, this one's gonna come down. Maintains it, scoots across.
Slant.
Onto the pit pillow, he's good.
Do the jump. Show me confidence. No, just show me confidence.
There we go, across the balance. 20 seconds left, enough time here for Noah. Gets himself up that warp wall, no problem. Hits the buzzer. All right, great run by Noah. All right, just like that, we're down to our final competitor of this division, Lucy Cox, coming out of Dexterity Depot. Lucy goes by the Goose. Looking pretty confident thus far through this course. On to the third obstacle. Making good time thus far. Lucy is a ball of energy, always works hard and pushes herself when she's training. The name Lucy means light, and they say she's exactly light, bright, shining light. Good efficient movement through that rope traverse onto balance now. Coming across here. All right, now these purple ones can be a little temperamental. We saw, not a problem for Lucy. Here she goes. All right, coming across the rings here. We saw good efficient movement the whole way through. Looking confident and smooth through these rings as well.
Yep, beautiful. And that's good. All the way down.
All right, working down the devil steps over to this hold to reel herself in.
Both hands there, look right up. There we go.
Good adjustment there to grab it.
Next one will come right here, okay?
And pulls herself across. Farthest an athlete has gotten all day. Lucy still has time to work with 1 minute and 19 seconds left for a few more obstacles. On to 8 now.
Got it. Excellent. Big pull back. Make sure you pull back big before we turn, okay? Go ahead.
Can static grab that if she gets the swing at it. Gotta go a little more. She's there. Same thing.
Hey, trust it. You got this. Big kick. It's there.
Got it, reach for it.
You got it. Trust it. You can do this.
She is fighting for this obstacle. Great grab there. It's going to release to this next point. Here we go. 8 points in. This is the connected obstacle. She got the first point by hitting that sidebar. Next point is the landing platform. But again, got to work through this spin cycle now. Ooh, is going to have to keep that hang going as she works around.
Nice. Good.
Good grab on that bowl. Oh, one-handed, showing nice strength.
Get towards the box.
This is the tricky part here. These spinners,
There we go. Engage your core.
gotta get them lined
Watch
up.
that back.
Get a good swing going. Make sure you get all of that swing. She's got it.
Good job. Good job.
Timer is running down, but a great execution on that last obstacle.
Oh, yeah. Watch the backswing. Good. Backswing again. You can finish it off. Good. Go.
All right, here we go. She's gonna continue working through this obstacle. See what she can do here.
Let's go up with you. Good.
A lot of hang time from the earlier obstacle and just comes down, but great fight from Lucy. She's just going to continue on through this course, get all the way to that warp wall. And hits it. Great job by Lucy. All right, and that will do it for our small first division. Got a nice taste of this course. Really saw some great effort the whole way through.
Is that everybody? Yeah.
Lucy essentially just timing out with a strong performance. So we're gonna get our podium set up, do our final tallies of the score, and we'll come back to you here in a minute as we do our awards. Maybe.
All right, let's give a big round of applause for our kids division. All right. I'm gonna open this up in a second, so when you get called out, you can come out here, watch your step, and head over to the podium. Real quick before we start awards, I just want to explain our redemption time, so as soon as we're done with awards, we can get right into it. Redemption time is the same, only certified coaches and the competitors that just competed on the floor. We're only doing the obstacles that we just did during the competition, so especially no trampoline, we don't have the net on right now, but only obstacles that we actually worked on, so like rock wall, things like that, are off limits. Make sure we're taking turns. If you need help resetting something, let one of our coaches know, or your certified coach can help. Okay, we'll have a full half-hour redemption time. Okay, so I'll give you kind of a heads up when we're getting close to the end. Okay, great job. I'm gonna hand it off to John.
All right, let's hear it one more time for all our competitors today. All right, we're going to start with the girls. You hear your name, come on up, grab your medal. In second place, qualifying for Northeast Regionals today, we have Harper. And taking first place today, we got Lucy. Nice job. You guys can hop on down. All right, on over to the guys now. In second place, Avery. And taking first place, we got Noah. All right, great job, guys. All right, you guys can go into redemption time. Again, as Coach Zach said, only obstacles that were on the course. Have fun. Probably gonna quickly run